big thank you to my bestest buddy, Mr. Thomas Shaw down there with Show Me Dirt. I'm repping his shirt tonight. He's live here on our Facebook page. We're going to get these guys all lined up, ready to go. Sean Coates going to start on the pole out of Joplin, Missouri. On his outside is going to be Dale Sinners, number 25, out of Cassville. Inside, row number 3 is going to be Dean Kimberling on his outside. Brandon Sanders in the 64. Dean's going to be in the number 54. Carla Lampy, Dylan Bowman, Lenny Coates, and Lena McLaughlin. Green flag, here we go. Dale Sinners to the lead from the outside. Sean Coates will move to that second spot. Dylan Bowman all the way up to that third spot already. 64, Brandon Sanders falling back to 7th. Coming around turns 3 and 4. Bowman on the bottom side, going to try to take that second spot away from Coates. Dale Sinners going to lead lap number 1, already a second on the 69 to Dylan Bowman. Sean Coates taking that second spot back. Dylan Bowman right behind him. 54, Dean Kimberling in that 4th spot. Lena McLaughlin already up to 5th. McLaughlin going to look to the outside of Kimberling. Going to try to take that 4th spot away. Going to take it from the outside to the inside. Dale Sinners way out front, extends his lead to a 2.5. Over 34 is Sean Coates. Coates holding on to that second spot. Dale Sinners extending that lead just a little bit. Dylan Bowman running his fastest lap that last time by 21.312. But still is losing just a little bit of ground on that 34 machine of Coates. Sinners, Coates at the line. Bowman in that 3rd spot. Dean Kimberling in 4th. Carla Lampy moves up to that 5th spot. Coming couple weeks ago, had a really good run. Coming back for some more here at Monett Motors Speedway. Carl Lampy trying to look to the inside of Dean Kimberling here on lap number 5. Just past your halfway point in your Power Eye Pure Stock Heat race number 1. Dale Sinners out front, still extending his lead almost to that 2-second mark there. Sean Coates in that 2nd spot. Dylan Bowman in 3rd. Dean Kimberling, Carla Lampy battling for 4th. Lampy looking to the inside. Not enough going on that bottom side. Motors on pass as we go down the backstretch. Nose advantage to Carla. White flag for your leader of the 25. Odell Sinners out front by 2.377 seconds. Carla Lampy holding on to that 4th spot this last time by. She gets all the way around. Coming off of turn number 4, going to be the number 25 of Dale Sinners. Landon McLaughlin coming in that 5th spot, getting around Dean Kimberling right there on the last lap. Carla Lampy in the number 7 machine coming in 4th. Dylan Bowman able to hold on to that 3rd spot. Sean Coates in 2nd, 2.548 seconds behind your leader here in your Power Eye Pure Stocks, the number 25 of Dale Sinners. Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1 on the track now. Darren Burton, the number 12X out of Marysville, Missouri, going to start on the pole. On his outside is going to be Peyton Powell coming from Wheaton, Missouri in the 571. Inside row number 2 is going to be Tommy Steele in that 42 out of Brookline, Missouri. And on his outside, Mr. Garrett Thompson in the 929 coming all the way from Joplin. In the rear is going to be your points leader, 33M out of Sparta, Missouri of Steve Muhlenberg. Flagman Chip Abramowitz shuts the lights out. We're ready to get it on here. Darren Burt, Peyton Powell, row number 1. Steele and Thompson run over to Muhlenberg right back there by his lonesome. 8 laps of distance here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. 2 heats in your Midwest Modifieds tonight. Burt brings them around 3 and 4, looking for that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Burt out to a good jump there, all by himself out front. 42 with Tommy still up to that second spot. Muhlenberg already up to 3rd. Burt, Steele, and Muhlenberg, your top 3 right now. Darren Burt out front by 0.6 of a second over the 42 of Tommy Steele. Muhlenberg looking to get around Steele on the bottom side. Garrett Thompson in that second spot. Muhlenberg looking around Tommy Steele, holds that bottom line very well, coming around turn number 4. Darren Burt still out front by 0.6 of a second over Steve Muhlenberg, your new second. Watch out for the crossover. Tommy Steele looking to take back that second spot. Steele on the bottom side, Muhlenberg on the top side. Muhlenberg ripping the lip up there, losing a little bit of ground to Thompson. They touch just a little bit coming off of turn number 4 there, side by side, heading into turn number 1. Burt still out front of this thing. Tommy Steele starting to break away just a little bit, 0.7 of a second behind that 12X machine. Muhlenberg got it all straightened back out. He looks like he's starting to do a little catching up here just at your halfway point in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Muhlenberg on the bottom side, and Tommy Steele as they make their way down the backstretch. Right there at his back wheel. They pull nose to nose, coming through 3 and 4. Muhlenberg pushing the issue as they make their way down the front stretch into turn 1 and 2. Muhlenberg taking over that second spot. Watch out, Thompson looking to follow on that bottom side. Tommy Steele being hung out to dry. Going to be 2 laps to go here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 1. Darren Burt out front of this thing. Steve Muhlenberg 1.5 seconds behind that last time by. Going to see the white flag for the 12X of Darren Burt. Burt on a rail here on this thing. Leading from the beginning, 12X of Darren Burt. Muhlenberg in that second spot. Garrett Thompson able to get around Tommy. Still that last bit. Checkered flag going to the 12X machine of Darren Burt. See Muhlenberg coming in 1.231 seconds behind. Garrett Thompson able to get around Tommy Steele. He'll finish 3rd. Tommy Steele finishing 4th, and Peyton Powell rounding out the field there. Big round of applause for the 12X of Darren Burt taking home the win there. Steve Muhlenberg coming in that second spot. Garrett Thompson able to get around Tommy Steele that last lap. All right, Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 39 machine out of Sparta, Missouri. Going to be Blake Muhlenberg. On his outside, the 292 coming out of Joplin, Missouri, Kyle Thompson. Inside row number 2 is going to be Michael Gillis in the number 33 machine. Coming all the way from Clever, Missouri, Brad Cunningham out of Fordland, Missouri in the number 21. And Justin Parrish going to start from that 5 spot coming out of Carthage, Missouri in the number 50. Muhlenberg and Thompson, row number 1. Gillis, Cunningham, row number 2. Justin Parrish starting from the rear there. If you haven't already, go down and get you a fresh lemonade from my friends over there in Lemmy Boba. Absolutely delicious. I went with the watermelon. All right, race director Jeff Ogle instructing the drivers to stack it up, stack it up. Flagman Chip Abramowitz lets them know we're going green flag next time by. Green flag. Lights are out, ready to get it on here. Now, Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. Muhlenberg, Thompson, row number 1. Gillis, Parrish, row number 2. I'm a big fat liar. Gillis and Cunningham, row number 2. Parrish in the rear. Blake Muhlenberg sets the pace going around turns 3 and 4, looking for that Ozark 5. A restart zone, green flag, being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Here we go. Blake Muhlenberg out front already. Kyle Thompson in that second spot. Michael Gillis in third. Thompson got that thing set up sideways, looking for the lead here on lap number 1. Going to be Blake Muhlenberg leading. Muhlenberg, Thompson, Gillis here, top 3. Gillis slips up just a little bit, loses quite a bit of ground going down the backstretch here. Muhlenberg and Thompson still side by side. Gillis spins in 3 and 4. That's going to bring out the Joplin lock and key caution here on lap at number 2. Caution being brought to you by Joplin Lock and Keep. Michael Gillis, the number 33 machine, spinning there in between turns 3 and 4. Got us started right back up. 1 lap down here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. 7 to go. Blake Muhlenberg, your current leader. Kyle Thompson electing to go to the bottom side. That'll put the 21 of Brad Cunningham up top. 50 and 33 in that third row for the Delaware double file restart. Lights are out, we're ready to get it on. Muhlenberg brings him around 3 and 4, looking for 7 laps to go here in your Napa Auto Parts Power Ride Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2, green flag. Kyle Thompson breaks away from Cunningham. Gillis still fighting some demons there in the rear. Watch out, Garrett. Kyle Thompson, rather. Looking to the top side of Blake Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg tries to shut the door on him. Not enough time. Side by side for the lead. Blake Muhlenberg, Kyle Thompson go through 1 and 2. Kyle Thompson on that top side looking for the lead there. Kyle Thompson with the lead here on lap number 3. 292 out front. Blake Muhlenberg in that second spot. 21 of Brad Cunningham not coming up on my race pass, but is currently running in that third spot. Michael Gillis running fourth, and Justin Parrish rounding out your top 5. Coming around halfway through your Napa Auto Parts Powerway Midwest Modified. Kyle Thompson running his fastest lap, almost breaking into the 18-second range, running a 19.082. Blake Muhlenberg 0.8 of a second behind that last time. This time loses a little more ground. 3.455. That's not true either. Blake Muhlenberg's transponder not picking up that last time. White flag coming out for Kyle Thompson. Muhlenberg in that second spot. .33 of Michael Gillis in that third position, coming off at turn number 4. Going to be Kyle Thompson taking home the win. Blake Muhlenberg finishing 2.418 seconds behind. Michael Gillis coming in third. Justin Parrish rounding out the field. Justin Parrish coming in that fourth spot. Michael Gillis finishing third. Blake Muhlenberg holding on for second. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 292. Kyle Thompson taking home the win there in your Napa Auto Parts Powerway Midwest Modified Heat Race number 2. All right, Heat Race number 1 of your INX Legends all lined up, ready to go. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 31 of Mike Gilbert out of Galena, Kansas. On his outside, the number 38 of Dave Smith out of Rogers, Arkansas. Inside row number 2 is going to be Zerny Vess in that 85 machine, coming all the way from Nixa, Missouri. On his outside, Evan Pyle pulling double duties tonight in that number 72, coming out of Wheaton, Missouri. Inside row number 3 is going to be Chance Gilbert in the 01 out of Galena, Kansas. And on his outside, young Smoke Metcalf out of Gentry, Arkansas. Eight laps the distance, just like every other. Gilbert, Smith, row number 1, Vess and Pyle, row number 2. Gilbert and Smoke Metcalf, row number 3. Lights are out. Ready to get it on here at the longest running at 38 dirt track in the state of Missouri. The Grand Old Lady getting that green flag, being brought to you by Freedom Bank. 38 of Dave Smith going to go to the quick lead here. Mike Gilbert not going anywhere. He'll take it right back. Down the back stretch they go. Mike Gilbert out front. Dave Smith in that second spot. Zerny Vest up there in your top three. Coming to lap number one, going to be Mike Gilbert out front of this thing by 0.2 of a second over the 38 of Dave Smith. Oh, and a Chance Gilbert uncharacteristically in the back. Might be having some issues with the car as he is slow, and it looks like he'll take her to the infield. Or just stop it on the backstretch. Mike Gilbert, your leader here. Dave Smith looking to go to the top side. That'll put Zerny Vest on the bottom. Smoke Metcalf and Evan Powell, row number 3. Chance Gilbert in the rear there. Lights are out. We're ready to get it on once again. 2 down, 6 to go, rather. Much better start for the 01 of Chance Gilbert. Not sure what was going on last time. Maybe missed a gear. But he is ready to get it on now as he makes his way around Smoke Metcalf. Going to go 2 for 1, 3 wide as we go into turns 3 and 4. Mike Gilbert in that 31 machine out front. Zerny Vest up to that second spot, looking for the lead on the outside. Zerny Vest slips up just a little bit. Watch out, the 01 of Chance Gilbert on his inside, taking away that second spot. Going to be Chance Gilbert, Mike Gilbert, 1 and 2. Not this time. Mike Gilbert out front of this thing. Chance Gilbert on the outside. Chance Gilbert, your leader there. Mike Gilbert in that second spot. Top 3 real close together there. Chance Gilbert, Mike Gilbert, Zerny Vest. Dave Smith starting to reel him in. Gonna be the white flag this time by. Chance Gilbert one more time around. Chance Gilbert and Mike Gilbert out front. Zerny Vest loses a lot of ground going down the backstretch there. Coming to the checkered flag, gonna be Chance Gilbert coming from the rear. Chance Gilbert running his fastest lap that last time by, running a 20.436. Faster than anybody else. Smoke Metcalf coming in that 6th spot. Evan Powell rounding out your top 5. Dave Smith at number 38 coming in 4th. Zerny Vest finishing 3rd. Mike Gilbert finishing 2nd. And your winner, the 01 of Chance Gilbert. Good racing from your INX Legends Heat Race number 1. Heat Race number 2 making their way onto the track now. Starting on the pole is going to be the 1 of Tanner Foster. Tanner coming all the way from Spokane, Missouri. On his outside, also from Spokane, Kenny Foster in the 55. Starting in position number 3, Zernvest in the 33Z. On his outside, David Sappington in the number 25. Coming all the way from Dadeville, Missouri. Bronson Hawkins in the number 28 from Rogers, Arkansas. Going to start from the 5th spot. On his outside, the 83 of Kaylee Smith. Foster and Foster, row number 1, Vest and Sappington, row number 2, Hawkins and Smith in the rear there. The lights are out, ready to get it on here in your INX Legends Heat race number 2. Tanner and Kenny, get her ready. Green flag, here we go. Kind of an immediate spread out there. Tanner Foster going to go to the immediate lead. Kenny Foster in that 2nd spot. The 25 of David Sappington in 3rd. Going to be a big lead here on lap number 1. Tanner Foster out front by 0.8 of a second over the 55 of Kenny Foster. Sappington another second back in the number 25 machine. Kaylee Smith up in 4th. Zernvest in 5th. Coming around for lap number 2, 0.8 of a second. The distance last time extended out to 1.35 for another half second. Added to that lead for the number 1 of Tanner Foster. Tanner running a 20.656. Coming up the slow traffic, Bronson Hawkins on the bottom side. He'll go a lap down. Foster, Sappington, your top 3 right now. Halfway through your INX Legends Heat race number 2. Just past your halfway point. 5 down, 3 to go for Tanner Foster. About a 4-second lead for him over Kenny Foster. Whole backstretch. The distance between the two. Gonna be 2 to go this time by. Tanner Foster makes his way down the backstretch, running a near perfect race so far. Coming up on the number 28 machine, once again a white flag for your leader. Number 1, Tanner Foster. Kenny Foster, David Sappington take that same white flag. Kenny Foster already heading down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4, running that low line around the grand old lady. Looking at another black and white checkered flag. Your winner, the number 1 of Tanner Foster. Sappington was going to give it one more go as he made his way off that turn number 4. Finishing 0.3 of a second behind that 55 machine of Kenny Foster. Zernvest in that 33Z machine finishing 5th. Kaylee Smith in the 83 coming in 4th. David Sappington in the number 25 machine finishing 3rd. Kenny Foster finishing 2nd. And your winner, the number 1 of Tanner Foster. Tanner Foster, your winner there. All right, Bombers getting ready to make their way onto the track now.
Attention, Monett Motor Speedway.
All right, putting just a little bit more moisture down on the track here as we got our Bombers making their way onto the track. Zachary Riddick won a couple of weeks in a row here in the Z66. Last week he had a sprint car wing on the top of his car. Made for some amazing racing out here. Zachary Riddick going to start on the pole here tonight. Evan Clark in the 82X going to start on his outside. Zachary Riddick coming out of Aurora, Missouri in that Z66. Evan Clark coming out of Pineville, Missouri. Michael Gillis coming out of Clever, Missouri in the number 33 machine. He's going to start inside row. Number 2 on his outside is going to be Larry Jordan in that 9. Starting in the rear there, current points leader, the 930 of James DeWitt out of Pineville, Missouri. On his outside, Mr. Austin Ginter in the 21. Water truck pulling off the track there. We'll get them all lined up, ready to go here in our Bomber Heat Race, number 1. Fighting for 50 extra bucks tonight.
Water on the bottom side. Go to the low side of the speedway, please. Roll the bottom side of the speedway. As you come out of turn 2, I want you guys to stack it up. Hold that bottom side for the belt. Stack it up, drivers. Stack it up.
All right.
Everybody goes to the
Race director Jeff Ogle getting them all stacked up here. Again, Riddick and Clark, row number 1. Gillis and Jordan, row number 2. DeWitt and Ginter, row number 3. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank. Zachary Riddick out to the quick lead here. Evan Clark holding on to that second spot. Michael Gillis in third. Riddick, Clark, and Gillis, your top 3 starting to break away. Problems on the 930 machine. Zachary Riddick out front of this thing over Evan Clark. 0.8 of a second the distance between first and second. Michael Gillis looking for a way around that 82 machine. Good run down the backstretch. He closes the gap. He hits that loud pedal. He's looking on the bottom side. They're going to be side by side. Riddick still out front of this thing. Evan Clark holding on to second. Michael Gillis in third. James DeWitt jumps up to that 4th spot, getting around that Larry Jordan in that 10. Gillis staying in the line behind the 82X of Evan Clark. Zachary Riddick out front by 1.242 seconds over the yellow 82X. Riddick extending his lead every pass. Running a fast time, 22.351 that last time by. Evan Clark still 1.5 seconds behind the Z66 of Zachary Riddick. Michael Gillis in that third spot. This might be the best run that 82X machine has had in a while. Looking good so far, running second here in your Bomber Heat Race number 1. Riddick out front of this thing by 1.7 seconds. Evan Clark in that second spot. Michael Gillis in third. James DeWitt and Larry Jordan rounding out your top 5. Gonna be 2 to go that time by. 2 flanges in the air for the Z66 of Zachary Riddick as these guys start to narrow the gap there. Gonna be the white flag this time by. Will lap cars come into play here? Zachary Riddick, your current leader. Evan Clark making up a half a second that last time by. This could get interesting. 21 machine of Austin Gitter getting around Larry Jordan. Leaders right behind him. White flag waves for Jordan. In the Z66 of Riddick. Riddick taking the win there in the Z66. Evan Clark able to narrow the gap another half second, finishing 0.7 of a second behind that Z66 machine.
82X and 33 to 10.
Michael Gillis in the 33 finishing third. Evan Clark in the 82X finishing second. And the Z66 of Zachary Riddick taking home the win. Race number 2 getting ready to make their way onto the track here. Somebody opened and shut a door on their race car just then? I heard it. All right, starting on the pole out of Republic, Missouri is going to be Brandon Bishop in the number 90 machine on his outside. Hank Owens in the number 23 coming all the way from Galena, Kansas. Dale Riddick going to start inside row number 2 out of Aurora, Missouri in the number 29 machine on his outside. Danielle Bishop in the 3J coming all the way from Republic, Missouri.
High side of the Speedway, guys.
And starting in the rear there, 1-2 in a row. The last 2 nights, looking to make it number 3 here, coming out of Bodark, Missouri. Going to be the 81 WT of Will Tatershaw. You'll have to forgive me, I can't remember the tracks that I raced at. Hashtag shout out, no free shout outs. All right, lights are out. We're ready to get it on once again here. Bishop and Owens, row number 1. Riddick, Bishop, row number 2. And Tatershaw, row number 3. Green flag being brought to you by Freedom Bank as they hit that Ozark Fiber restart zone. We are 3 wide right off the bat. Watch out, we're going to try to go into 1 and 2. 3 wide. 29 of Daryl Riddick wants that extra pay tonight. Will Tatershaw starts his journey on hunting them down as they make their way into 3 and 4. 29 of Daryl Riddick going to come around to lead lap number 1. Daryl Riddick out front of this thing by 1.158 over the 81 WT of Will Tatershaw. Tatershaw spinning there. That will bring out your Joplin lock and key caution. All right, going to get them all lined back up again. Darrell Riddick is your current leader. 2 laps in the books. Hopefully I didn't give old Will Tatershaw the announcer's curse. 90 of Brandon Bishop electing to go to that bottom side. That's going to put Hank Owens in the 23 on his outside. 3J of Daniel Bishop inside row number 3, and Will Tatershaw on his outside.
29 sets the pace, drivers. 29 sets the pace.
Two down, 6 to go here on your Bomber Heat Race number 2. Riddick bringing him by slowly into that Ozark Fiber restart zone. Green flag, here we go. Darrell Riddick with a good lead. Tatershaw still a problems on that 81 machine. Darrell Riddick out front of this thing by 2 seconds over the 23 of Hank Owens. Brandon Bishop in that 90 machine currently sitting in that 3rd spot. Tatershaw right behind him. Right at the halfway point here for your Bomber Heat Race number 2. All right, time for your Davis & Sons USA B Modified Heat Race number 1. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 22. Out of Monett, Missouri, is going to be Zane McCracken on his outside. Patrick Lewis in the 24L. Daniel Anders, the number 5, going to start inside row number 2 on his outside. Matt Thompson in the 31. Case and Harrison Hoyt Miller start side by side row number 3. And Chance Mangrum starting in the rear. Everybody heads off into turns 1 and 2. Zane McCracken still out front of this thing. Daniel Anders on his inside. Looking to take the lead here on lap number 1. Zane McCracken collects a couple good cars. Now we'll bring out the Joplin lock and key caution here before we get started.
Guys, I need you guys to be single file. It'll be the 5 out front. I do not have you registering.
Again, caution coming out here is the 21 machine. Green flag, here we go. Daniel Anders in the 5 machine out front of this thing. Casey Harris up to 2nd, Patrick Lewis in 3rd. Two laps on the books here in your Davis & Sons USRAB Modified Heat Race number 1. Daniel Anders out front of this thing by 0.3 of a second that last time by. Patrick Lewis up there ripping the lip in that 3rd spot. .31 machine of Matt Thompson going to take her to the rear. Take her to the back, rather. Halfway through your David & Sons USRAB Modified Heat Race number 1. Daniel Anders still out front of this thing. 0.6 of a second over the 00 of Cason Harris. Cason Harris is in that 2nd spot. 24L of Patrick Lewis in 3rd. Five down, 3 to go. Daniel Anders running a 19.29 for that last time by. Cason Harris running his fastest lap, 19.253. Patrick Lewis doing the same. White flag coming out here in your David & Sons USRAB Modified Heat Race number 1. Daniel Anders takes the white flag. Cason Harris narrowing the gap. 0.8 of a second that last time by. Running yet another fast lap, 19.087. Starting to get a handle on this thing, finding the speed here in the track. He starts to catch him even more, but it's going to be too little, too late. Daniel Anders taking home the win there. Cason Harris coming in 2nd. Patrick Lewis finishing 3rd, and Matt Thomas rounding out your field. Daniel Anders, the number 5 machine, taking home the win there in your David & Sons USRAB Modified Heat Race number 1. Cason Harris coming in 2nd as he started to narrow the gap there. Patrick Lewis coming in 3rd, and Matt Thompson rounding out your top 5. That'll take us to our intermission. Be sure to go down and visit your Pit Stop Grill. Get your hamburger, cheeseburger, hot dog, nachos, Frito pie, whatever feels good to you. We got pulled pork, all kinds of things. We're going to get right to feature racing here soon, so be sure and go down and grab you a bite to eat, get you an ice cold drink, use the restroom, stretch your legs, do what you got to do.